So how do you decide what you should focus on as a business in the long term? So this question was asked to Jeff Bezos in a panel discussion a couple of years back, and the answer he gave was one of the most elegant and insightful ways to look at how to invest your time as a business into the things that are not going to change. And so his answer was, the question was asked in the midst of overwhelming changes that were happening in his industry at the time, at the world at large. And that's very relatable to today, because I think everybody has a sense that the world is changing at a rapid speed because of things like AI and politics and all of the different transformations that we hear about. And it's very difficult if you're an entrepreneur to decide, well, what type of business should I build in this environment, or what type of product should I sell, or what should I invest my time into? It used to be that you could develop a 5-year or even 10-year business plan and stick to it reasonably well because the circumstances and the conditions that your business would operate in wouldn't change much. Clearly, that's not the case today. Today, you can start a business with a great idea, and tomorrow it can be obsolete because Google or Anthropic or OpenAI can just release your product for free. And I'm sure that same paradigm plays out in other industries, not just technology. And so with all this disruption, what do you start a business about? We believe at Garage that there's going to be millions and millions and millions more entrepreneurs over the next couple of years. And what should they do? And so when they asked this question to Jeff, he gave an incredible answer. His point was, focus on the things that don't change. Bet your company on the things that are never going to change. And again, it's such an oxymoronic answer. It's such a contrarian answer because A, he's in an industry that literally changes every day. B, some would accredit Amazon with being the instrument of change for so many things, such as AWS and Alexa and so many things that they pioneered, one-day shipping, incredible. So the answer he gave was, you should focus on the things that don't change, and that's what we do. And the audience must have been perplexed. I know I was perplexed until he further elucidated himself, where he said, well, listen, when I started Amazon 20 years ago at that time, and today, the two things that have not changed and will never change are that customers are going to want their products faster and customers are going to want their products cheaper. So these are the two tenets on which we were able to construct the entire Amazon business model. And we knew whether it was 1997, 2017, 2047, that these two things are not going to change. They are fundamental to the way that customers behave. If you get customers' products faster, they're going to want it even faster. If you get products to them cheaper, they're going to want it even cheaper. So essentially what he said was, we figured out the right market to be in, and that market, that insatiable desire for faster and cheaper products, never going to change. And now we were just able to carve ourselves into it. And they used so many disruptive techniques and technologies and economic weapons and incredible amount of things they used to accomplish their goal and win. But that doesn't change the fact that tomorrow they're going to have to wake up and figure out they're going to have to figure out a different solution to the same problem to stay ahead. And no matter what type of AI comes along or what type of disruption happens, those tenets don't change. And I thought that was so brilliant. So whenever I'm looking at a business, or whenever we contemplate stuff at Garage, or whenever we work with founders, we always tell them, make sure that you're building something. It could be something benign. It could be something that nobody thinks they need. It could be a service. It can be a comfort creature feature. It can be anything. But make sure whatever it is feeding a appetite that doesn't change. As a matter of fact, it should just push you to make it better and better, regardless of all of these circumstantial changes that can happen in the world because of technology and politics and economics. The fundamental attributes, the beta of your market should be up and to the right. And that's what Amazon figured out. That's hopefully what we have built our business on. And this was such an insightful piece of advice that I think all entrepreneurs should hear.